6:47 on your Tuesday morning. Time now for the Morning Rush. Albuquerque City Council is passing a resolution that changes how fire stations are staffed. Previously, each AFR rescue truck was required to have a minimum of 2 firefighters, which had some sort of training as EMTs or paramedics. But this resolution changes it to 2 paramedic firefighters. Councilors voted to pass the resolution late last night on a vote of 7-2.
Meanwhile, city councilors also voted to override Mayor Tim Keller's veto that was on the allocation of funds for Albuquerque's rail trail project. Now, 2 weeks ago, councilors voted to move $500,000 from that project to fund the Ken Sanchez West Side Indoor Sports Complex. Mayor Keller vetoed the council's decision to pull the funding for the rail trail. Last night, councilors voted to override the mayor's veto with an 8-1 vote.
New Mexico Congressman Gabe Vasquez is introducing 3 bills aimed at improving the lives of veterans. The Rural Veterans Transportation Act, the New Mexico Rural Veteran Healthcare Access Act, and the Veteran Education Assistance Adjustment Act. He says the legislation would expand veterans' access to healthcare, education benefits, and ensuring they get the support they need. Ryan.
Winds are picking up in Roswell, with dust starting to be blown from the Sierra Blanca range with 50+ mile-per-hour wind gusts in Ruidoso, a 40 mile-per-hour wind gust in Roswell. Visibility is starting to drop. Light rain is falling, snow in the Northeast Highlands, and some road closures and delays. Expect more of that throughout the day today.
Albuquerque police are advising residents to remove their firearms from their vehicles as violent crimes involving guns continue to plague the metro. APD Deputy Chief Cicely Barker says that over the last 12 months, 77 firearms were stolen across the city, mostly taken from vehicles. Barker recommends keeping logs of serial numbers, where it was purchased and when. That's to make it easier to report stolen weapons.
We are seeing the moment Farmington police confronted a father and his girlfriend accused of child abuse. The teen girl told police that for 6 months, her father, Jamie Jackson, and Patricia Madrid locked her in a chicken coop all day. Jackson is now facing charges for child abuse and conspiracy. Madrid was shot and killed in Farmington last week. Police are still looking for the shooter.
6 people are facing charges in connection to a home invasion outside of Taos. Court documents say that last Wednesday, Jerome Valerio told deputies that a group of 6 people drove up to his home on Archuleta Road in Talpa, attacked him in the driveway, and then robbed him. The group now faces charges ranging from aggravated burglary and aggravated battery to larceny and conspiracy. Ryan.
Winds are starting to pick up dust around the Ruidoso to Roswell area, even in between Silver City and Deming on I-10. We had a peak wind gust, which we're still seeing pretty strong winds in Clayton at 64 miles per hour, 59 mile per hour wind gusts. Earlier this morning, Socorro, Roswell, peak wind gust so far 47 miles per hour. You had a 75 mile per hour wind gust yesterday, and more strong winds blowing dust into the fire threat for today.
Legislators are now proposing a bill that would make sure visitors to New Mexico's wilderness get proper help if they become lost or stranded. The bill seeks to amend the New Mexico Search and Rescue Act, giving state police the power to send out specific responder groups and creating criteria for those missions. The bill is set to be heard in committee today.
A local Navajo actress and filmmaker is now sharing her culture on the screen. Natalie Benally pursued theater in college, toured as a professional dancer, and then got her first big role, voicing Dory. That was for Pixar's Navajo translation of Finding Nemo. She now has a recurring role on AMC's Dark Winds, as well as roles in Netflix's American Primeval and Resball. Dark Winds will resume filming here in New Mexico at the end of the month. Ryan.
And taking a look at traffic, still mostly calm traffic conditions across the Albuquerque metro. Taking a look at track, we're heading south on I-25 near the Big I with that beautiful sunrise, kind of cloudy sky above. Of course, more cars and trucks on the roadways and maybe some minor slowdowns developing, but still good traffic. We'll have more updates later today.
A rare Banksy artwork owned by Blink 182 musician Mark Hoppus hits the auction block today. The hand-painted artwork is Banksy's reimagining of the 1992 painting by late Scottish artist Jack Vetriano. Now, it depicts a couple dancing on a beach. That's with Banksy's addition of 2 people in hazmat suits, moving toxic waste, and a sinking oil liner in the background. That painting could sell for more than $6 million.
And now it's time for the 5 facts.
And number 5, a local Navajo actress and filmmaker is now sharing her culture from both on screen and behind the scenes. Natalie Benally pursued theater in college, toured as a professional dancer, and then got her first big role voicing Dory for Pixar's Navajo translation of Finding Nemo. She has a recurring role on AMC's Dark Winds, filmed here in New Mexico, and other roles in Netflix's American Primeval and Resball.
And number 4, Albuquerque City Councilors also voted to override Mayor Tim Keller's veto on the allocation of funds for Albuquerque's biggest project. The rail trail project is already under construction near the Sawmill District. However, 2 weeks ago, councilors voted to move $500,000 from the project to fund the Ken Sanchez West Side Indoor Sports Complex. On February 20th, Mayor Keller vetoed the council's decision to pull funding for the rail trail. Last night, councilors voted to override the mayor's veto with an 8-1 vote.
And at number 3, winds picking up at 60 miles per hour in Ruidoso, around 51 miles per hour in terms of the gusts in Roswell, 40+ mile per hour gusts in Moriarty. More wind and dust, but cooler air today. Rain, snow departing for now before another windy storm approaches late this week.
At number 2, Albuquerque City Council is passing a resolution that changes how all fire stations are staffed. Previously, each AFR rescue truck was required to have a minimum of 2 firefighters, which have some training as EMTs or paramedics. This resolution changes it to 2 paramedic firefighters. Members of Albuquerque Fire Rescue retirees and paramedics showed up in numbers to support the resolution. Councilors voted to pass it on a 7-2 vote.
At number 1, Albuquerque police are advising residents to remove their firearms from their vehicles as violent crimes involving guns continue to plague the metro. APD Deputy Chief Cicely Barker says over the last 12 months, 77 firearms were stolen across the city, majority from those being taken from vehicles. Barker recommends firearm owners remove the guns from their cars as well as keeping a log of their serial numbers.